you guys are coming off a 10-win season and have a couple in the last 4 years. So is Kentucky a football school now?
University of Kentucky is an everything school.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we bring you some of the best NFL draft prospects in the draft. Now, for this year's 2024 NFL draft, I have a guy who is one of the most decorated offensive linemen. As a matter of fact, according to University of Kentucky's website, this guy, they almost named it University of Kenneth. No, I'm just kidding. But he is that guy. Played in 43 career games with 37 starting assignments. Person on the line, they call it the Big Blue Wall. He was recognized for the Joe Moore Award, given to the nation's top offensive linemen out of the last 5 of the last 6 seasons. That's huge. And he was even a finalist in 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome one of the best offensive linemen in this year's draft, Kenneth Horsey, coming out of the University of Kentucky. Kenneth, how are you today, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I really thank you, man. We were talking a little bit before, man. You are a Central Florida guy, man. I rep the area as well, too, man. And a genuine pleasure on top of that, man, having you on, man.
Man, always, awesome. Man. Of course, you got to represent Florida always, man. That's where my journey started, and I appreciate the opportunity that my coaches and my parents, my family are giving me, and all the opportunities I was blessed with while I was there. And with anything I do, I represent them always.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I see here you had finished high school in the Sanford area. Man, take us from the beginning. When did you first fall in love with the game of football?
Honestly, it was around my senior year of high school. You know, I really started my first year playing tackle football was 7th grade, Pop Warner, kind of around the corner at Lake Howell. You might know that, you might be familiar with the area.
Winter Park area, yeah.
But this is where it's, kind of where it started for me. Wasn't able to play 8th grade year because the team was too full. But I was able, so I really kind of start off freshman year of high school. I went to Seminole High School in Sanford, Florida. Everything I do got to represent Bo Key all the time.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting ride because my freshman and sophomore year, it had its highs and lows. Freshman year, I think it did solid. Was blessed to be one of the guys that moved up to varsity after the freshman season. That's kind of how Coach Wiggins did it down there. If everybody played freshman, and if you were a guy that they were looking at varsity, then you'd move up at the end of the season. So me and a couple other guys did that, finished the season on varsity. Then my sophomore year of varsity, I kind of thought I was the man because I was sophomore on varsity.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I didn't have the work ethic of somebody who needs to start on varsity. And that's where I learned that lesson. Didn't get much playing time that year, and it made me question myself and my abilities. But at that time, they brought in a new coaching staff, Coach Stark, Coach Hernandez, Coach Burns, and Coach Cox. They all came in, and they sat me down because I was even thinking about not playing football anymore, just moving on. But they sat me down and they talked to me about the potential they saw in me and what role I could play on the team.
Yeah.
But of course, Coach Stark told me it wasn't going to be easy. He was going to take everything I had, and he didn't want an answer right then. He wanted me to go home, think about it, really put some thought into it, because like he said, it wasn't going to be easy. And I'm sitting at home and I'm thinking, if somebody really believes in me that much, I might as well give it a shot, see what I can do.
Yeah.
So down south they have spring football seasons. They don't have some up here in the north and things like that. But we were going through spring ball. I was going against a defensive end, DeMarco Artis. He was the guy. He was a guy like 30 plus offers, stuff like that. So I was going against him in one-on-ones, and we evened out. We went 1-1, but a college scout ended up seeing that, and after that practice, I got my first offer from the University of Texas San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
That was a surreal moment for me, you know, especially going from where I was at the beginning of that time to the end of it. But it really made me realize that if I put everything into it, who knows how far I could take it, you know? So that's when that's when the love per se really started, because it kind of, for me, it kind of started as, excuse me, it kind of started as just something. It started as a sport, you know, get around brotherhood, stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
that's when the light kind of switched, that I could really do something special. You know, we have in my family, we have a couple of my cousins went to D1 schools and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
it was kind of cool to following those footsteps. But that's so junior and senior year is when I really started to gain that true love for the game.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And it sounds like that was an aha moment, man. That this guy, DeMarco Artist, he had all the offers, and then you actually
So
balled out against him, man. You're like, hey,
shout out to DJ Artist, man. He's balling out over in the European League. I believe he led the whole league in sacks this year. You know, the guy's a baller, man.
man,
Him out played at Baylor, couple of schools, stuff like that. But the guy was
yeah,
the truth, man. So he got me better every day, and he was one of those guys that wanted
mhm.
to push me because he saw what I had and he wanted to push me to make me better. And I wouldn't be where I am without that. So I appreciate that for sure.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. It's amazing, man. Like the I can call him predecessors. It's not like he was the enemy, but like the competition, how it pushes us, man, and the brotherhoods that taking people come together because of it.
For sure, for sure. You know, I grew up with all sisters, so didn't really understand true brotherhood and stuff like that until I got into the Sanford area. You know, not even just the players, but the coaching staff. Coach Wiggins, there's two Coach Wiggins, so both of them, Coach Stark, Coach Cox, Coach Hernandez, Coach Lodge. You know, they all played a huge role. Coach Burns, they all played a huge role in my development and pushing me even when I didn't think I had it in myself. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be anywhere near the University of Kentucky if it wasn't for that entire staff.
Absolutely, man. And you've blocked for some pretty big names, man. Will Levis, he's doing his thing over for the Tennessee Titans. The current quarterback, give me what's name. What was you guys quarterback last year? Evan Leary. Yeah, so he's going to take it. I think he's in the draft this year as well too.
Yes.
Um, got a couple other really good running backs who are currently in the NFL right now. Man, what is it like, man, seeing it, like, still being in college, man, but seeing those guys go on, and like, do you feel like, man, this is finally your moment?
Man, it's honestly surreal. At the coming up in freshman sophomore year, it the NFL seems like it's something so far away because it's something that people dream of all their lives. And, you know,
Yeah,
people get the conversation all the time. It's only 1% that gets into the league every year and stuff like that. And I didn't really know too many guys that were in the league while I've had cousins play D1 ball and stuff like that. Even they were not at that level. So it's just been crazy, right? I couldn't have imagined my career going the way it went, you know. Being able to block for some tremendous quarterbacks. There's touchdown Terry, Will, Devin, even Joey Gatewood for a little bit, um, and the running backs, C Rod. You know, everybody. You know, C Rod is a very famous guy around here. The way he ran that ball, man,
dude,
and
he's so dope, Chris Rodriguez,
for
man.
sure. And D. Ray Davis. You know, I've just been able to. The University of Kentucky has surrounded me with tremendous talent and really just help me let my abilities shine. So it's honestly they a lot of times they make me look good, and it's just an honor to go to war for those guys. Those are the guys you want to play for.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And oftentimes, man, we look at the quarterbacks and the running backs, but they wouldn't have any success if it wasn't for the offensive linemen, man. So kudos to you, man, and all those guys in the trenches, man.
For sure. This is where I have to give a huge shout out to Coach Larman. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Um, he was the him and Coach Henshaw were the guys that recruited me out of high school, and Coach Lawman really took a chance on me. I had a couple offers, but I'm not gonna say I was the most highly recruited guy or anything like that. But Coach Larman and Coach Mack, Coach Mack, the GA at the time, and Coach Stoops, Coach Merrill, they saw something in me, and I'm forever grateful that they took that chance.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now I read something online. I believe it was 2018. Had a heart procedure before your college football career. Was that right?
Yes, sir.
Man,
So
what was that like experience?
it was senior year of high school. I was already signed to the University of Kentucky. I was on the back end of it, just trying to finish out my senior year and get up to UK. Then in April 1st, I believe, I was eating dinner with my family. Started experiencing a pain in my side. I didn't really think too much of it. I kind of just thought I ate too fast or whatever, excused myself. And the pain ended up growing more and more to the point where I'm calling my parents for help. I'm laying in a bathtub, high fever. My dad's trying to spray me down with water, like he's spraying me with water, so trying to keep me cool. Like
Yeah.
it got very crazy very fast, And
Yeah.
like I said, it was the funny part about it was on April 1st.
Yeah.
It was on April Fool's Day. So
Oh,
parents, in the beginning, they thought I was kind of trying to pull a prank on them. But
yeah.
once they realized it was a prank, it got very serious. My family, they called 911. They got me to the emergency room. They did a scan of my body, just trying to see what was going on. And what they saw was what they believed was an infection on my heart valve.
Oh,
And then
wow.
what they believed happened was, as the heart valve continues to open and close, as blood's pumping, they believe a piece of it flicked off of that infection and traveled down my kidney, blocking my kidney function, which is why I was experiencing that pain. But
Yeah.
honestly, we was told it was a lot of those don't go down, but they go up to the brain and stuff like that. So I was very blessed to have it go the opposite direction, because so they told me that I needed open heart surgery to get that infection off my heart valve. They knew it needed to be removed. So had heart surgery a couple days later. Um, Between my surgeon told me that I'd be good to play football, but other doctors said maybe not. Other doctors said no. It was definitely mixed reactions, but I knew that if God was going to give me another chance to play football, I was going to play, and that was just that. So I had the surgery. They cut open my chest, cracked open my sternum, and cleaned the heart valve off. I didn't get it replaced or anything, just cleaned off. And they obviously put me back together and put a titanium plate on my chest, so I'd be able to withstand hits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the recovery was pretty rough. It's honestly probably the hardest thing I've been through. Doing, whether it was the breathing exercises or it was going from, at the time I was doing shot put and discus with the track team and stuff like that. It went from doing all that, being active, working out, stuff like that, to not being able to help mom in with groceries because I can't lift over 5 pounds for the first month and stuff like that. I would take like a not like a quarter-mile walk would felt like a 5-mile run,
Man.
And I had the lungs of, after the surgery, it told me I had the lungs of somebody who didn't play a sport. So I basically had to retrain my body and just try to do my best to get not to where I was, because that's high school level, but to try to even surpass that, to be able to play in the college level. And um, luckily, I was blessed to be able to still come up here with the team in June, where I was able to continue my recovery. Shoot a huge shout out to the UK training staff. It was Jim Madalino at the time. It was Gabe. It was Evan, Alex. even Evan's the head guy there now. But throughout my time, they've done everything they can for me. Huge shout out to the strength staff, Coach Ed, uh, Coach
Yeah.
Hill, D Mac, Tyler. You know, they were huge in my, not just my recovery, but my building strength to be able to one day get on the field, be able to play SEC ball from that point. You know, I'll never I'll
Yeah.
never forget my first workout with them, being able to fresh back off surgery,
Mhm.
um, around like late July or so. But it was definitely tough. But God be the glory, I was able to be back in pads full go for camp that August.
Dude, that's nuts, man. And you're a real life Iron Man.
Oh man, I just wouldn't have been able to do it without the medical staff, the strength staff. They've done
Yeah.
just everything they could for me to get me to this point. So I'm forever thankful.
Dude, praise the Lord, man. God is good, bro. He is.
Uh,
Hey, man, that is so awesome, man. Do you feel like that kind of gives you an extra chip on your shoulder a little bit when you went out there and played?
for sure, for sure. I still remember waking up from the surgery
Yeah.
and not being able to walk on my own. I had to use a walker. So I had to my workouts for those next 8 weeks or two, not 8 weeks, but next few weeks or so was just walking around the hospital. You know, so I was only in there for about 2 weeks after that or something like that.
Yeah.
But I take laps around the hospital, and I still remember being in that walker, telling myself, if God gave me the opportunity to play again, to get on that field, I'm giving it everything I got, because
Yeah.
I'm one of the, not say one of the only, but one of the few to realize how fast the game can be taken from you at my age. You know, the surgery I had and the medical condition I had, there was only something, it wasn't common in people my age. You know, it's
Yeah.
usually 45, 50, 60-year olds. So I'm just, honestly, I'm just blessed. And God put me in a great situation with a great staff and great coaches to that actually cared about me and didn't just view me as a number. So they
Yeah.
were huge in my growth and progression.
That's amazing, dude. That is amazing. Um, and during that time, man, it's obviously I can imagine you probably lost some muscle mass because you're not really being, you're just trying to focus on walking. Like Bill muscle
Oh
mass
yeah,
is the last thing.
I was fat. I can't.
Oh, you were. Oh,
I
okay.
played my. I was fat, man. I played my senior season around 330 or so, but by the
Okay.
time I got to UK, since I wasn't able to work out or anything yet, I was about 350 at the time. So
Oh, okay. So even bigger. Wow.
yeah, I was huge, man. I was
Yeah.
huge. So that's why I'm saying the strength staff was very vital in my development, because
Yeah.
I had to put in extra time with Coach Ed and Coach Hill, and I'm just thankful that they took the time to work with me, and they honestly, I know they would do it for any other guy on the team, but just the fact that they took the time for me, I'll never forget it.
Dude, that's amazing, man. Yeah, this is one of the most touching stories, man, I've ever heard on this show. And I've had I think your interview number 86 or 87 of NFL draft prospects or players. So that's absolutely huge, and it's a huge testament to the goodness and faithfulness of God and the people that he uses around you, such as the medical staff and your loved ones, man. It's
Thank you for that.
absolutely amazing, man. And then look at you today, man. According to ESPN, 6'3", 311 pounds, very athletic offensive
Yeah, six
lineman.
four, 6'4".
6'4". Okay, okay.
Get away with the propaganda. 6'4".
Okay, 6'4". I got you. Now, ESPN, I love ESPN, but man, they you're not the first player to report that, hey, they've got a few things wrong on their website. That's cool, man. That's cool. Growing up, man, did you have a favorite favorite football team?
Oh, I'm a huge Bucks fan.
Okay,
All day, every day. I love my Buccaneers, man.
that's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, I have some. I don't have no Buccaneer. I'm a Dolphins fan, but I have a Rays baseball around here somewhere. So
And And people who are seeing this, you can't say I'm a bandwagon Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. I got the Josh Freeman jersey in my closet back at
Oh,
home.
man.
I got the Josh Freeman jersey in
That's
my
the
closet.
OG, man. Shout out to Josh Freeman, man.
I ain't just hop on the bandwagon when Brady got there.
That's good, man. Because I was living in Florida from 2018 to 2020. Moved to Texas, then moved back. And actually, no, yeah, I was in Florida 2014, 2015. Moved back in 2020 after living in Texas for some years. And I was like, where all these Buccaneers fans come from? Man, they were just everywhere. Ocean of them.
Everywhere.
Ocean of them. No shame, man. Just out here at TB12 jerseys, man.
Bucs Nation is strong, baby.
They are, man. Especially after this last year, man. You guys did great. Fantastic. Well, actually, man, you had a long decorated college football career, man. What would you say some of your favorite memories were, man?
Oh, man.
Or if you had to pick one, is there one that sticks out?
The one that sticks out to me off the top of my head is I remember I have a couple, but Coach Larman, the 2020 season, my first year starting, when we played Tennessee, and unfortunately it was the last time I saw Coach Larman. But obviously I didn't know that at the time. But I remember we were about to travel down to Tennessee to play.
Yeah.
And Coach Larman is practicing O-line footwork is practicing his O-line footwork in the hallway, just going up and down like he's just so pumped and ready to go. Because obviously anybody knows UK doesn't like Tennessee, and Tennessee doesn't like UK. It's a big rivalry game.
Oh yeah.
The fact that Coach Larman came to work with so much energy and love and passion every day, even though he was battling cancer at the time. Yeah. He was doing his chemo and everything ever since I got there. That's when he was first kind of aware of the diagnosis, but that never stopped him from embodying our core principles, our core values, which are attitude, toughness, discipline, and pride. And Coach Larman really, honestly, he represents everything that's good about Kentucky football. He played at UK. He loves UK. Kids grow up in the area. Wife, Leanne, the kids, they still to this day come to games, show their support and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But another one is when we were out in practice, and Coach Larman was at. We were told that Coach Larman wasn't going to be at practice because he had chemo and stuff like that. Yeah. And we were understanding, just went about practice. We had a lot of seniors on the team and stuff like that, so it was a well-run group. We kept it professional, things like that. Yeah. But about the middle of practice, all you see is Coach Larman driving down the ramp on a golf cart onto the field. We're like, Coach, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not missing practice. Like, that's just it's moments like that. Like, even he had to carry a bag for him to for when he had to throw up and things like that from the medications. But he was still out there, still showing love, still coaching, even when he could barely walk. He was out there on the golf cart coaching, giving everything he got. Yeah. And those are the times that made me really think, like, what do I have to feel sorry for? Even the times that I was thinking about, about this, that, and the third, about the heart surgery, stuff like that. What do I have to complain about when Coach is out here literally battling cancer and giving everything he's got to his team? And it was a true moment that showed the love he had for UK football and how it could really rally us together.
Yeah.
But from off Coach Larman perspective, one of the times I'll never forget is the 2022 season.
Yeah.
It wasn't going how anybody wanted it to. We had high expectations for the year, but I still remember towards the end of the year, we just had, after have brutal practice or whatever, we kind of tried to lift the spirits, and I just started playing some kind of some old school music on the aux and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
You know, we got guys, me, Tayshawn, Flax. You know, we're
Yeah.
all doing the electric slide in the middle of the locker room. I'll never forget, because Will, for all of his great football coordination,
Uh-huh.
he did not look. He looked anything but coordinated, trying to do the electric slide with us. But it was just the fact that we could. It's that brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know, like no matter what, you're going through it together. You know, Coach Sharman would say all the time, if you come together, nobody can stop you.
Yeah.
And we stayed together throughout that tough season. Finished on a solid note, beating Louisville. Obviously, the bowl game didn't go how we wanted it to go, but
Yeah.
it's just those moments of brotherhood that I'll never forget.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you for sharing that with me, man. Man, with the NFL draft a couple months away, literally it is February 1st as we record this. It's March, and then the end of April, man, is draft time, man. How have your interviews been going with other teams, man? Any crazy questions, man? Are you getting some good looks out there?
The interviews have been going really well. You know, been able to talk to teams. I haven't really gotten any too crazy of questions, you know, but my favorite part of the interviews was just being able to talk ball with scouts and stuff like that. Show them some of my favorite runs, favorite protection stuff, show them that I really know what I'm talking about. And it's the game is more than just hitting guys to me. It's a chess match, you know, and
Yeah.
it's how people don't. What I would love to talk to scouts about is people don't. As a fan, people watch the games and just see oh, that's the guy with the ball, go tackle that guy. You know, it seems fairly simple from the outside point looking in, but when you're really breaking down the tape and really seeing how guys are schemed open and how guys are battling in schemes, how schemes change, how coaches adjust, how the smallest of techniques as an offensive lineman can have you looking great or have you looking like you can't play a lick. You know, it's the tiny things that people don't see and don't understand, and the casual fan doesn't see and doesn't understand at the moment, being able to see it in that fast pace. But when you slow it down, it's so much more intricate. Like I said, it's like it's a chess match.
There's a science to it, man.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons I want to be a coach when I'm done. I love that part of the game, and I want football in my life as long as possible.
I love it, man. I love it. With the way you play, man, you're very athletic, man. You supported some of the best quarterbacks out there, and some of them are even in the NFL, quite literally. You talked about Chris Rodriguez earlier. You blocked for him and stuff. And all those beautiful receivers out there, man, they can't get the ball, man, if they don't have a quarterback who's getting blocked for properly, man. That being said, man, you've been entrusted to be, like I said, one of the leaders on this team. That being said, are there some favorite schemes that you feel bring out your best qualities as an offensive lineman, or favorite offenses, I should say?
Honestly, I view myself as a versatile guy. You know, I feel like I can play well in any scheme now. When I first got here running the system under Coach Grant and Coach Schlarman, it was a lot of inside zone, heavy sets, double teams, stuff like that. But as our career moved on and Coach Cohen came in, Coach Wolf came in, and then even after that with Coach Gang and Coach Yenzer, we ran in 2021, we ran the Ram scheme, which is more wide zone and stuff like that. And, you know, the 49er scheme is very similar.
Okay.
So I believe that I was given the opportunity to learn a multitude of schemes, and I feel like I can play well in any of them that I need to, because I have the experience in a lot of different schemes, whether it's power, wide zone, duo. My favorite is duo. I'm a big duo guy. That's my stuff. So, but yeah, I feel like I'm versatile enough to play and excel in any scheme necessary at any position.
That's awesome, man. Any players you model your game after?
One guy I always looked to when I was watching, especially during the 2022 season, was Tomlinson, number 75 for the 49ers. I think he's on the Jets now. He's on the
Okay.
Jets line now. But
Yeah.
whenever I'm watching film, whenever we were watching film, that's always a guy that I look at and try to model some of those traits. You know, I'm big on being my own person, but obviously within the scheme and within the technique, but of course putting my own flair to it, but not as a I'm gonna do my own thing kind of way. But I'm not. I don't want to say I want to be like exactly like somebody else. But that guy is you talking about being fast off the ball. Talk about always having his hands, his head in the right spot. Always running his feet. Always looking for work. Stuff like that. Those are the things I looked after and tried to implicate in my game.
Yeah. I love that, man. I love that. No, it's awesome, man, because no matter what position you play, like we all see players that like, hey, that we want to model our game after, man. And you quite literally did that, man. So yeah, kudos to you, man. Once you're selected by an NFL team, man, no matter what day it is, whether it be day 1, day 2, day 3, undrafted free agent, somewhere in there in the mix. Once you are selected by a team, what are some of your goals year 1?
To stay on the team.
Yeah.
That's goal number 1. Stay on the team.
Yeah.
I say goal number 0, get employed. Goal number 1, stay employed.
Yeah.
You know, but outside of that, I want to work in the community wherever I'm at. You know,
Yeah.
I want to. I've been blessed and been able to lead some hands-only CPR sessions. You know, since 2019, I've been blessed to work with the American Heart Association,
Yeah.
and I've been able to speak at some events. I was even blessed enough to go out to the Paul Bear Bryant Awards down in Houston,
Wow.
share my story and stuff like that. But been able to speak and participate in the Heart Walk event, you know, and hold hands-only CPR sessions. You know, for the past few years, I was able to hold a hands-only CPR session for the team. You know, kind of teach the team hands-only CPR
Yeah.
with Jacob Stone. Huge shout out to Susan Lax for helping me work all that out. She was a driving force in that, and yeah, I want to continue that and continue to hold hands-only CPR sessions and try to continue to promote heart health all the time, because it's not a conversation topic that comes up often. You know, we're not
Yeah.
just chilling around with the boys and be like, oh yeah, how's your heart health, now that we're talking about it, you
How's your
know?
heart health, man? Man, you know, had a Coca-Cola. Like it's
Right, that's yeah, big topic of conversation, but
yeah.
it needs to be. You know,
Yeah.
that's the most important organ we got, most important muscle we got. So it's important to continue to promote being heart healthy. Obviously, I'm still an O lineman. You know, I'm not perfect in any way, but
Yeah.
you know, it's become very important to me to continue to promote that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, for people who are hoping to get involved any way, shape, or form, because this affects heart disease, like the #1 killer of just here in America, right?
Correct. Mr. Leasing in cardiovascular disease, one of the leading causes of death in Kentucky.
Wow, man. For people who want to take and get involved, man, like where would you recommend to send them to?
Honestly, the first place I would go is the American Heart Association's website, AHA.org. Just to see their website, see what they have, ways you can donate, there's even parts in there where you can try to learn these hands-only CPR sessions, stuff like that. Honestly, they're willing and ready for as many people to come to them and learn about heart health and spread awareness as much as possible. You know, I was able to help support Damar Hamlin's Heart 3 when he was doing that with the American Heart Association. So that's the first place I would go, the American Heart Association's website, AHA.org, and just see not even if you don't have the means to donate or anything like that, just they have plenty of information to where you can learn more about heart health and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I actually just pulled up the site. It's a heart.org for American Heart Association. So go on that website. Also have it in the description. So you only got to type it in, man. Just go click on that, folks, if you want to take and get involved, man. Appreciate you guys. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. And then that being said, man, a lot of guys are training, man. We got people in different bowl games. I know you had a little bit of a hiccup with the injury recently. How are you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling good. I was this last season, then my 6th year didn't go how I wanted to go. Had to sit out a lot of the year with injury. Ended up getting my patellar tendon scoped at the end of the season, which is why I wasn't able to play in the bowl game. I was very hard for me. It was I missed my last opportunity to put on the jersey, but it was what I had to do, what was best for me at the time, and I appreciate Dr. Johnson and Evan, Coach Ed, who I'm working with right now. Just get me back right. I've been working every day, doing what I need to do to get ready for pro day, and I'm very, very excited about the how I'm
Progressing along and stuff.
exactly how I'm progressing right now, and I'm excited to show everybody that I'll be back in full form very soon. So
I
I'm
love
looking
it.
forward to the opportunity to show the world that.
Nice. How's your training going so far?
It's going, man. It's going. Coach Ed, Coach Hill, they know their stuff, man. I'm down here. I've been training at UK this whole time. I'm not going anywhere else to train. I trust that staff.
Yeah.
They've worked with me for the past 6 years through it all, through heart surgery, through injuries, through everything. So I trust Coach Ed wholeheartedly with my progression, and I'm very happy with where I'm at now. And continue, and I'm just hoping to keep it pushing.
I love it, man. I love it, man. And then one of my last questions today, man, for NFL teams, and they do tons of research, NFL scouts, tons of research on players that they select. What's something that you want them to know about you that perhaps they may not know already?
Honestly, the biggest thing they just need to know about me is I'm a professional, man. I carry myself as a professional. I operate as a professional. You can trust me on the mic. Trust me on a microphone. You can trust me in the community. Um, I'm the guys always like to get on me because how old I act and stuff like that. But I'm the guy that's not going out. I'm the guy that's in bed 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I try to carry myself as professional because I understand that the league's not looking at guys in college that could be a professional in the NFL. They're looking for
Yeah.
professionals in college. So
Yeah.
uh, I just I appreciate the University of Kentucky for getting that for getting that through my head, you know. And honestly, that stuff kind of started with Freddie Maggard and Courtney Love with the 4 for 40 program.
Yeah.
During the summer, the whole team gets together and they bring in somebody to talk to us, whether it's a former NFL player, whether it's a guy from the NFLPA, whether
Mhm.
it's a former UK player who's now owning businesses and making money and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
just teaching you that these 4 years, but in my case, 6, with the COVID year, but
Mhm.
these 4 years can really set you up for the next 40 years of your life.
Yeah.
And it's the habits that you build on now to where they'll pay off for you in the future, but you got to plant the seeds now. And I really appreciate the University of Kentucky for getting that through my head.
I love it, man. I love it. Kenneth, man, thank you so much for sharing your story, man. Not only you have a story on the field. And if I'm an NFL team, dude, like your character and talent are right top notch, man. So I'm excited for you. I know you're healing really well, and you'll be ready to go come next NFL season for sure, man.
Be ready to go, man. I appreciate you having me. Shout out to University of Kentucky. the coaches, the staff, the team, my brothers. I appreciate the opportunity. Appreciate y'all voting me as a captain the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm just forever thankful for the people I've met, the opportunities I've been given, and the doors that have been opened for me because of it. But none of it's possible without God, and I'm just thankful.
Amen. Hallelujah, brother. Thank you so much, man. And ladies and gentlemen, comment below. Let us know how this interview made you feel. Also, I'm gonna have all the social media stuff down below in the description of this video, along with the website for the American Heart Association. That will be in there. If you'd love to get involved, please do. Please consider it. It literally, even as much as $1 can make a big difference in someone's life.
Sure.
Thank you so much. We'll catch you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.